All right.
I might need an invite because it's showing me on my end that you're not
Yeah,
online.
I'm not in a party right now. I was just in the loading screen.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm gonna put on a party right now though. You might be able to join me now. Let me check. Lobby option.
Oh, yeah, I can join now.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
set it to open just so everybody can join. Let's do Catalyst. And paint flag. I'm sure people will join in.
Yeah, that might be kind of late tonight.
Okay. Okay. Let me play capture. Hopefully everybody on stream can see this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try not to other windows. Here. I think everything else is on the right monitor. Okay. I'll stream on Discord as well.
Okay, yeah, I'm watching your stream too.
Okay. Hopefully.
You're gonna have the tac maps on Twitch and everything, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Fucking advertisement.
So it's called Game Strats now. GameStrats.gg. They changed the URL. Okay, so Catalyst CTF. I went through and I got together like a couple quote unquote slides to look at. So before I like really dive into anything, this would be like perfect case scenario off spawn. Different people can die throughout the process here, and it would kind of alter like how it's played. But this is kind of like what I'm thinking a perfect scenario would be. So off spawn, you want to secure OS. You want to secure whatever power weapon now spawns at Ivy, and you want to fight for numbers advantage. So off spawn, normally you'll have, overshield contested. So that's either going to be people running down the middle of the map and contesting it through that like top archway, or they're going to be contesting it through like where spike nades spawn. Either way, you would just want to make sure either you grab overshield or the enemy team does not grab overshield. After that, your player that grabs overshield is gonna rotate towards their bottom side Ivy spawn, and your player 3 and player 4 are gonna rotate with them. Player 2 is just gonna sit here basically the entire time. And the reason for that is player 2 can see if these two blue players are going to overextend onto the flag, or he's just like on the defensive. So moving to the next slide here, assuming that we're winning our gunfights, player 4, 3, and 1 are going to be rotating up towards the flag. Player 2 is going to still be standing here, just like watching over the rest of the map. Player 2 can also could also rotate up this way, just to secure the pull. Basically, the most important thing is that your players 4, 3, and 1 are going to be blocking this yellow zone here. That way, the blue team can only spawn on the flag, on this little like dip spawn, and then on their gold spawn. And so your overshield player 1, is going to be the first one in, and then everybody else is just going to support that player. In phase 3, this is when you'll have you'll be on their flag and you'll be trying to force them to spawn at their gold. Now this is when player 2 really comes in handy, because player 2 is going to be looking over like top gold spawn. So player 2 is going to be looking over this area. Or actually, I'm drawing this on the wrong thing. Player 2 is going to be looking over this area here. We're still blocking their spawn on 4, and then these two players are going to be pulling the flag. So you're basically just trying to get them to spawn on this side of the map so that you can have better like map control. And then this is where things kind of get a little crazy, but you're still gonna be blocking their spawns here and here, and so the enemy team is gonna have to make a decision. Usually, what will happen is half the team will overextend and try to get your allied flag, and the other two will try to stop the runner. So in this situation, you'll have one person running the flag, and then one person kind of like sitting back, waiting for the enemy team to push. And assuming that your first player is going to be able to get one of these kills, maybe it's a trade here, but you're kind of slowing down their ability to kill your flag carrier. Your flag carrier can also kind of pause with the flag and look over and try to help player 1 slay these two blue players. Otherwise, your flag gunner, if they get a good run, they could make it all the way across in one go. And then your two players here that are going to be overextending are going to be looked at by your player that's bridge, and then your player that's been on the side of the map the whole time, blocking this Ivy spawn, and then just kind of getting those long sight lines across the map, watching for the overextension. And then this last slide here is, we said that player 1 and player 6 here are going to trade.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that was my question. If player 1 dies, will he spawn automatically on the flag?
So player 1, if player 1 and player 6 die in this situation here, player 1 is either going to spawn, let's use green, I guess. Player 1 is either going to, that wasn't right. This, okay. Player 1 is either going to spawn here, or he's going to spawn here.
Gotcha.
Um,
So he can provide backup to the flag if they.
Correct. So, like in
Okay.
this last slide, I had player one spawning here, right?
Gotcha. Right.
Um, but he could spawn back flag as well. I'm just this is one of the scenarios that could happen. So if he spawns um on the allied Ivy side, he can then look at the player that survived the previous encounter and try to stop him from chasing down the flag carrier. If instead this player doesn't spawn here, they spawn here instead, then you're kind of just you're forgetting about this player because they're not in the play anymore, and you're just
Mhm.
focusing on these players up here rotating in. um you as this player, you can kind of like look both ways here, but you're just taking a more defensive position if you're spawning on the flag. um okay, what else did I do here? So player 8 dies, um and then spawns at the spawn here because you're going to have the majority of your players on the opposite side of the map. So it's going to be more likely that if a player is killed in that previous scenario, they'll likely spawn here. So these players, if the flag is already over here, the only place that they can run to be useful to the fight is over towards where 7 is going. So they're instantly going to be running over there, and then player 4 here is just going to be like peeking this angle here and looking for when these players inevitably get over this way. Also, just this player can pop out here and just get a sense of, okay, the players did spawn on gold side, they're going to be coming over, like communicating to the rest of the team like, yep, they're all going to be coming over from gold. Or if for whatever reason this player spawns here and this player doesn't decide to go this way, they decide to go this way, this player is also responsible for looking at this door too. So this player is kind of like your info gatherer here on where the enemy team is rotating. So also, I have the flag carrier here. A common scenario that you'll get into when you're pulling the flag on either side of the map is exactly this scenario where the enemy is going to meet you here, and so it's kind of a standoff right here where you have 2 or 3 players on either the bottom or the top side here. You'll have your flag runner about here, maybe here. And one of the worst things that you can do is just like not respect where the enemy is and just continue running the flag here in their face. What you want to do is just hesitate for a minute. You want to hesitate for a minute here with the flag and wait to see what happens. Maybe you just drop the flag and you start fighting here just to support your team. So say like you get the info that everybody's coming that way. This player, peeks this way. This player that's playing on, flag is looking this way. So then you have, a 3-man press on where the enemy team is coming from. And it's going to make it a lot easier to get some slays so that this player can then pick up the flag and score. Because these players here, like, they'll have direct sightline on you if you're just trying to rotate it as fast as you can. And again, like, a lot of this hinges on this player here communicating like, oh, yep, they're all rotating through gold. Because if they're, for whatever reason they get a back base spawn and they're rotating through mid, or for whatever reason they're rotating through Ivy, this player is a little bit more safe to just run the flag the whole way. But it's based on where people are positioned here, it's going to be likely that the enemy team is going to spawn on gold side. That's pretty much like how I envision this capture the flag map mode going. Obviously, it's going to be a lot more dynamic than this because players holding certain positions are going to die. There's going to be different spawns and stuff, but if you can just get your team into a situation where you're in phase 2 and you're trying to kill the enemy and block this spawn here, then you're forcing them to spawn in either one of the 3 of these places here. You get a little bit more kills and you move on to like the slide here where they're mostly grouped up on the gold side of the map. Then you're able to kind of rotate the flag through Ivy, and then you get into situations like this where you're kind of defending your flag carrier. But like sometimes it might take a while in phase 2 to get the situation to look like this. But when you're kind of like getting a situation kind of like what you want, except maybe hold on. Let's see. Maybe, for example, maybe like you get overshield, but like I don't know, maybe player 3 dies. Player 5 dies. And then this is the situation here. You're still going to be making the same play. 5 is probably going to spawn here. 3 is probably going to spawn here. And then you're just stalling until you can force a situation like this to happen. So if a situation like this happens, you're not just gonna like all rush in and then have this guy have to walk all the way over in one go. That's how you end up giving the enemy team momentum, because 5 is already in the play off spawn, right? So it's going to be a fight that's going to be in the favor of them if you immediately go in, because it's going to take your player longer to get to the play. So yeah, you don't want to waste the overshield, but at the same time, you just got to be mindful of like how many are alive and dead on the enemy team. But yeah, so you're looking.
That's my.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Like my trouble is like getting the overshield, positioning for the overshield.
So what I would do, especially at like lower ranks, is let me set up a new thing here.
Because yeah, I mean for like plat, basically it's like everybody charges head first.
No, I would
into
literally, yeah, I would literally like run up here and then fall off of this thing and try to grab it.
Okay, top it.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
like go, like literally beeline it. Don't shoot anybody. Don't do anything else other than focus on overshield. 9 times out of 10, you will get the overshield. You're able to pop it, and everything will be fine. For the other, 1 out of 10 chance, maybe you grab it and you're instantly killed or whatever, but you can force it off the map. A lot of the times I've found, especially when I'm like the season has reset and whatever, and I'm playing in a lower rank, I've found that like people don't set up really for overshield, or like people don't contest you that quickly on it, so you're able to kind of get in and out. You're able to take advantage of
Gotcha.
The enemy team not being ready to defend it.
Mhm.
And then none of this is considering the new weapons that they put on the map or anything like that. So obviously, like during all of these phases, you're going to want to try to control the power weapons that are closest to where the majority of your team is. Like, you're not going to have this player 2 say, oh shit, the enemy dropped rockets like here or whatever. Hold on, let me, like, maybe they dropped rockets here, so you're going to have this player rotate here. Because all that's going to do is it's going to make the enemy team spawn here. And you don't want that if your team is all rotating in. You want like you don't want to give them the rockets, but you don't really want to force the spawns negatively either. Maybe that's not a good example. If it's rockets, go get the rockets. But for another power weapon, maybe not. Like maybe the spawns are a little bit more effective. Yeah, but this is kind of how I see it going from like a spawn perspective. Hopefully this is coming across more clear than I think it is.
No, it's good for me. It's good.
I know I'm just flipping through slides now, but yeah. So the first objective: secure overshield, and make sure you're rotating as a team through the enemy team's IV side if you have numbers advantage. Then you're focused on spawning them at overshield. So even if it takes a couple slays while your team is in this kind of position and not fully in their base to get them to spawn at the place that you want, it's fine. Then once they're spawning at overshield, you know that's your opportunity to pull the flag. And you're communicating like when people are spawning. You're having player 2 check like the scoreboard and all of that, and try to get line of sights on where they're rotating to. You're having player 1 look over player 2 here, and just making sure that he can make the cross onto the Ivy balcony. And then players 4 and 3 are looking across, like defending against the overextension. And then everybody's kind of just rotating back, assisting the flag carrier and getting it all the way to the base by making sure that the most likely path by the enemy from this gold side spawn is being covered. And that's pretty much it. And you can do the same thing on the other side of the map. You're just gonna mirror like everything here. So if your team for whatever reason is fixated on only rotating through gold, it's just going to look like this but mirrored. And then as the game goes on, you can get more creative with how you bust into their base if you want to be a little bit more daring and like grapple outside the map. And so like say you are player 4 here, and your team, like maybe this guy is dead for whatever reason and you need to get your carrier, assuming you have grapple, you can grapple onto the backside of the base and assist. There's like a pillar out here somewhere that you can grapple onto,
right,
and then grapple again on the other side. And you can do that from both sides. But yeah, so this strategy might not work immediately the first time that you try it, because certain people will live and die that'll kind of force a different game state. But in general, you just want to force them to spawn away from your flag puller, and then work with your team to work back onto your side of the map together. Sounds simple, but it's a little complicated when people are spawning in random places. So as long as you know that you are in an area that's going to force the enemy team to spawn where you want them to spawn, you can kind of mitigate a little bit of that. Alright, that's my spiel for...
It was a good presentation.
Okay, now I would like to play some games, and then I would actually like to do a VOD review. I'm just gonna pick a random one out of the VOD review channel, and we'll watch it together.
Sure.
So seeing as we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people here, I think we'll start with the VOD review. All right, which one are we watching here? I'll let all you guys vote. We have Clammy Hands, Oddball on. This looks like the new Plaza map. We have CTF Aquarius.
I'm okay with whatever.
And King of the Hill on Streets. I think we'll do Clammy's game.
Sure.
Hopefully he doesn't hate me for putting this on. Can you guys see this just fine on stream? You know.
Yeah, I'm watching your Twitch.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, I gotta change my volume.
I wish this wasn't theater gameplay. I'm gonna try to find one that's not theater, actually. Let's see, still JD. Oh, busted. Your link is busted. Live another day. Biochemist. Got one on here, let's see. Sweet. Alright, so this is Oddball LiveFire. Baskets in this game too. Right off the bat here, I think I'd be a little bit more careful with the sniper. I think I'd try to bounce nades off the middle wall onto their side, and then all this time you're kind of exposing yourself to the enemy team. So if they jump onto the middle of the map or have somebody that's jumped up top snipe, they're going to be able to hit you for free before you're really able to do any damage back. Your cursor's not really in an area right now where you're going to be able to shoot anybody if they come onto your screen. So just be kind of mindful of like where the enemy team is going to be able to see you from, as you know. I don't know if this is a specific pen here. I think it'll show up on Discord, or sorry, on what's it called, OBS, but I don't know if it'll. Screen one. That should be better. Okay. OBS. Alright, good. It looks like it. Alright, so yeah, we're VOD reviewing Risky. So the most likely areas that the enemy team are going to be peeking you from are here, here, and here. when you're coming around this corner, you want to be looking at one of those places. And then still, like, I'm gonna just harp on this a lot, but your cursor is somewhere where you're not going to be ready for somebody peek. You gotta be, like, as you're moving towards snipe, you have to have your cursor, like, here specifically. You could have it up here, but I'd more like you to have it, like, here. Okay, see the two people. At this point, you got to be thinking that you need to grab the sniper and get out. You're able to get away and kind of put yourself into that situation by not a little bit more careful grabbing snipe. I hate to say it, but by the time you got into the vent, there's really nothing else that you could do. Come back out the same way that you came, and obviously dropping down there gets killed too. So the mistake wasn't where you decided to go after you got the sniper. It was just not being prepared for the enemy team to cut you off from both directions. Yeah, because even if you just sit here, you're gonna get naded out. You take this death here. You should be calling out that you drop snipe bottom mid. Teammate gets a huge win. Okay. Good. Good target selection there. I would be mindful of where you're standing here. Right here. You're standing right on the nades. Just be careful. And sometimes players, like, they'll either do it intentionally or as they're shooting at you, one of their bullets will clip one of these and they'll just kill you outright. I would rather stand like here, like on the sandbags, or you could stand at the top of one of these pillars, or even over here, but just not like in that little cutout right there. Good though. You end up being able to kill both of these players. Gets over shield. Trying to think about where the enemy team is likely to spawn. So you know that you have 3 players over on overshield side. I would say that the most likely spawn here would be either B, like back B, or dirt. I mean, we know that you end up getting shot from B, but you can kind of know beforehand based off of where your team's standing after all the enemy players are spawning, where your next encounter is going to be. So you're able to kind of get out of, like, break line of sight. You players on the enemy, or sorry, you see players on B. I would think about telling your team here either like to look big door, or maybe even to not rotate the ball into A at all. It looks like you're gonna have a number advantage on these guys here, so I think rotating into A is okay. But just make sure you're communicating, like, yeah, like 2 for sure rotating through big door, or at least spawning B. So sure enough, those two players came through big door. Two potentially 3v2 because you have a teammate over here that's actively engaged in shooting these guys. So you're in a 3v2 situation. You guys should win this. You have a grenade. You can bounce your grenade off here and send it right into the player. You guys should win this fight here. What happens? That one player still lived, right? That first player? Didn't see anything pop up that he died. So I'm not sure where that player went. Is that him? God, I feel so dumb. See it in time. Why is Protector and somebody else? So it looks like that player got repulsed. So it must be this player that you ended up finding time in. Good. I think if I was you, I would have peeked this to help out Basket, even if you're one shot. Especially, I mean, you know Basket, you know he's going to challenge this to the death anyways. You have BR ammo here too, so if you switch to your BR right here, Basket's actively engaged, you can just pop out and assist. I don't think there's any, because you know that that Shadow Strong guy is aiming directly at Basket. You might have been able to save him. You probably could have committed to that fight there. I think you had a shot on that guy. Also, you have 24 bullets left. You don't need to reload right here. Could have got a little bit of damage out on that guy. I know the instinct is kind of like as soon as you're done with like some kind of fight to just reload for the next one, but there are situations where like that where it's hurtful for you because you're caught in an animation where you can't do anything. You don't have grenades or anything like that, so you're just kind of a sitting duck. Teammate does a pretty good job here of rotating the ball out. If you're picking up the plasma pistol here, you cannot die. This is a really bad position for you right now. Yeah, that's not good. So you have to make it back to plasma pistol before the enemy team grabs overshield, because if this ends up despawning and going on the rack, then you don't have that tool to be able to kill them if they do pick up the overshield. I would be scanning the ground for it right here. It might have despawned already though. And yeah, I think that was just desperation there. Yeah, you slid out. After you slide out there, I don't think there's any way to get back to cover. Maybe if you had jumped into cuts, but yeah, that's a bad death too. I mean, for obvious reasons, you're dead. The enemy team is on overshield. You have no way to counter it. So enemy team gets overshield. They have ball. Ajax. Yep. Good job. Just try to live. You heard the sandbags call out. Okay. So you initiated this fight poorly. It almost felt like you got surprised by this guy and you just decided to jump. But if you kind of use this wall or this wall here for a little bit of cover, so you don't have to like stand right up in here, but you're kind of just, you know, standing here instead and use the wall for cover, the body isn't. No, it wasn't intentional. If I can't figure it out, I'll just keep talking about Discord stream, right? I'll see if I can get it real quick. If not, then I'll worry about it. Alright. For now.
Yeah, that's audio. Yeah, I hear it.
Got it. Okay.
Coming from
Yeah.
B. Coming from B. Coming from B. Coming from B.
I think they're coming from B, yeah.
Jump pitching. Two sands, one's absolute.
Behind you, bio.
Jump pitching. The shadow's strong. Bro.
Yeah, like I was saying, just we've talked about this before, but try not to jump immediately going into a fight because you're gonna lose the aim assist while the enemy's gonna hit. If you're gonna jump, you want to do it on the last shot, because you're not gonna have aim assist while they're one shot anyways, and might get them to miss a shot. But otherwise, try to stay away from jumping as an opener.
Taking damage half the time. Coming from B. Coming from B.
Hear that they're coming from B.
Yeah.
Jump pitching.
Able to get a couple shots down. Have repulsor.
Two sands, one's absolute.
Yes.
Behind you, bio.
Two sands, one.
Okay, so you heard two sand.
One's absolute.
So if I hear two sands here, I'm probably not gonna pick up the ball. I'd probably kill that guy and then might be a little tough, but you can curb slide off of this rail here. And you can use that to kind of escape.
Sands, one's absolute.
So immediately after you kill this guy, you just like hop onto this. You don't have to have the ball here. Hop onto that, then curb slide out this way. Maybe you're able to rotate out and live. You did get that one kill, so that's good, but living after getting the kill would be a lot better if possible.
Behind you, bio.
Good part about that play though is that the ball is out of the
That guy.
hands.
I'm the top seed.
That's unfortunate. I don't think there's too much that you can do with that. I don't think there's anything
Kill
with
that
that
guy.
actually.
I'm the top seed.
I just got a good shot on you.
Scoreboard, fuck.
Alright.
Scoreboard,
So
fuck.
you should be info gathering in death screen here.
That guy.
Um,
I'm
you
the
die.
top seed. One shot.
Another one of your teammates dead. You're gonna go 3 down.
Scoreboard, fuck.
Basket's the only one alive. He'll probably die here too.
Alright.
But you're in a 4 dead situation. And kind of running up. You guys both want to hold here. Looks like the enemy team is kind of gonna force you to hold, but you really don't want to be challenging this. It's good that you lived, but if you die here, it sets your
We have a pick.
pace a little on the back foot. Okay, so now say 2.
Jail.
The repulse. Okay, the enemy team is all dead. That was ended up being pretty good.
Lobby's up in 10.
I'm setting up for it.
They're cuts.
So at this point, what I'd be doing instead of immediately rotating to overshield, or at least while you're rotating over to overshield, is looking at where your teammates are standing and judging where the enemy team is going to spawn. Are they going to spawn on dirt? Are they going to spawn on B? Are they going to spawn on dummies? That'll kind of influence where you're going to want to defend the overshield from. So you have a sniper, so you could go into window, you could go up onto kind of those sandbags there, but there are going to be certain positions that are better than others based on where the enemy team is going to spawn.
Doing dummies now.
So immediately you rotate over here. You end up not taking that nade damage, which is great. So now you have eyes on 2 people on overshield side. Basket is currently shooting one of them, and the other one is on the actual overshield. So the one player on overshield died. I think if I was you, I might have prioritized the one that was on overshield first. He ended up dying. I would say at this point you have to find a different angle or wait until your teammates engaging the person on cuts to re-peek, because this person is fixated on your location right now, so you're not really going to be able to shoot this guy unless your teammate's distracting him. And then at this point here, I know you can't like control what your teammates are doing, but if this was me and I was holding a ball, I would drop it and go for overshield.
Sandbag tap field. You got score up with that.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where you just need to hit your shots here.
You got score up with that.
Out of all the shots that you took, you just hit that one. I don't want to like stress too hard about mechanical things, but this could be where you say to yourself like, okay, I'm gonna go into a custom game and just practice using the S7 on this map.
I'm just sorry.
So did enemy team grab OS there?
They're gonna have it. Eudor. Sandbag tap field. You got score up with that.
Yeah, they for sure grab OS. Okay. So they have OS. They don't have snipe because you wasted all the bullets in it, which is good. You can call out to your team that they don't have sniper. Your team is getting a little antsy here. You, if I was you, I would immediately turn towards plasma pistol and see if you can pick that up.
Shit on. Yeah.
Okay, basket has it.
Zombie's gone. Zombie's gone.
You probably could have at least traded with that guy. Just the timing on the melee was wrong.
Shit on.
Did we see Obi?
Yeah, he's sandbag.
If I was you too, right here, I would think about holding this position here and looking over and being able to rotate out if you need to. What you did was rotated immediately out this way. You don't have any cover from the enemy team when you do that, so you have to know that there are people on the enemy team dead. You always want to create some kind of like exit strategy for you when you're pushing the enemy team. You never want to like full commit unless you know that your team already has them weak or something like that. Where you have a power weapon, let's say like I know that it doesn't spawn on this map, but if you had like rockets or whatever, you can make aggressive plays like that. Otherwise, I would just be a little bit mindful of your positioning and where you can pick that from. You're standing back there helping basket.
Zombie's gone.
You don't just get blindsided by this guy here.
Zombie's gone. That may be round.
You are very fixated here on the ball carrier. If I was the ball carrier, I'd be calling out your position. So just keep that in mind. You're likely going to get shot from like key door or bags right now. Yep. Yeah. You don't really get to make these rotations while the enemy team is all alive and your team is dead. This is one of those situations where,
Maybe round.
I mean, I guess there's only, 5 seconds left on the clock, so you're trying to desperate here, but second round. Does anybody that's in Discord want to add anything here? I guess I haven't really taken a break to ask for if you guys have anything to add.
No, I don't. I'm just watching.
Yeah. About you, Roddy dog.
Eh,
Yeah.
maybe the awareness of like pre-positioning. A lot of times pre-position is better than actually fully on jumping into the battle. Like hold your upper parts and be aware what battles are really worth taking or not. It seems a lot of desperation trying to help, which is okay as a team, but unfortunately this game requires you to pre-think a little bit. So taking a higher position and taking a look at the map, awareness of where you can actually initiate a battle without taking shots, I think it'll be better off,
Yeah.
knowing that you can't win the battle. If there's already people dead and you're just trying to rush to get killed, it's better to sit back, take information, deliver information, and counter instead of desperate, have no information, and have to come back all the way back to the other side of the map, reset up, rethink, and rerun. It's just working harder.
Yeah, you need to have a clear reason if you're gonna make an aggressive play across where the enemy team sightlines are. Like, you gotta have a real reason to put yourself at that kind of risk. If you die for free, you never want to die for free.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, you gotta get it might not be a kill or something, but you gotta like do some damage. All right, round 2.
Man, I didn't realize I had you muted. I was wondering who you're talking to, Krabs. I'm like, what?
Oh, probably from 8.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
I don't know why my Discord has it where everyone, when somebody joins, they're automatically muted.
Oh, gotcha. Right here, instead of throwing your nades when you're on this box, you can throw them when you're back here. You actually get a resupply of nades on your right, so you toss both your nades here and then restock on your grenade the immediate right.
Okay, pause it right here.
Yeah.
So another thing I notice here, a lot of times people like to throw the direct grenade, but you I don't know if everybody understands that the frags needs to click, right? So it's got to bounce before it blows up. So people are expecting that same play over and over and over. How about try to throw it up high and watch it fall? How about you go into a custom game, throw the grenade up high because it's not going to blow until it hits the ground anyway. So thinking about different angles where you want to throw this grenade, don't always be very repetitive because it's expected. So you got to think outside the box here.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
like for this situation, you throw a nade box and bounce it towards sniper. You could throw it, bounce it off this wall to kind of come back a little. I mean, like Rod is saying, you can throw it directly up there, like go into a custom game and find the pixel that you need to throw it on to get it to land somewhere around here. There's a lot of kind of wild nade strats that you do off the beginning, but you do want to get you want to get both of your nades off in the beginning, especially if you're going for snipe to make sure that they don't run to snipe, or if they do, they're going to be caught by a grenade. Grenading is something that we talk about a little bit, Trailblazers, and for like starting strats, grenading should be like you should have a pre-nade for like every single start on any given map. These ones you'll see all the time. People will just kind of bounce them off of whatever wall here, but I wouldn't hold your grenades at the very start of LiveFire if you're going up contesting snipe. You end up using them here, but they're able to get their nades out first. Imagine if you had thrown those grenades when we were talking about it while you were on that box. Like, these guys both would have been hit. Okay, so you don't have any grenades. You know that the enemy team has snipe, and they're on ball. There's at least 2 on ball. Basket kills 1. Basket actually kills 2, 3. Okay, so Basket went crazy right here. You could have thrown your grenade a little sooner there. At this point, when the enemy team has already exited, I would consider just picking up the ball and turning around instead of looking for him. I would just throw the grenade and pick up the ball and rotate out. Okay, good. Okay, well, we found a trend. Gotta practice with the sniper. I'm not gonna focus on the sniper that much though, because this play is a little worse, in my opinion. You throw the ball on ground, be able to rotate somewhere with the sniper, which is okay, but you just have to make sure that one of your teammates is picking it up or doing something with it. See. So I think it's fair to say that the enemy team could be going through big door. So I think it's fine that you rotate it out this way. However, I think what I would do is I wouldn't drop the ball here. I would probably get it to cuts before dropping the ball, at least to cuts. Because you know that the enemy team, very likely that they're going to be spawning B. So if the ball is anywhere out towards scoreboard, all they have to do is get onto sandbags and they can look over this entire area. So cuts is just a safer place to take it. If they're going to run directly from B to cuts and they want to go through bottom mid, they'll at least have to like turn all the way around before they're able to attack you onto cuts. At this point, you should be calling out to your team to regroup somehow. Like the enemy team has possession, you shouldn't be trying to fight for possession right now with your teammate. Wait until somebody's up. I think, sorry Basket, but I think you're in the wrong here, pushing. Ends up working out. But this is one of those situations I feel like if Basket does die here, then there's 3 people in the enemy base. Or sorry, there's 3 people on A. One of them the ball carrier. I don't know.
Hey guys, I have to head out, man, but I appreciate all the help, all the
Yeah.
tips and everything.
No
Y'all
problem.
have a good night after you run.
GG's. Maybe it would help to have comms on.
Big door. Big. Fucking god, dude. Yeah, I'll wait for you guys.
Trying to do Marine.
Ball one set.
Got 2 hurting.
I mean, that was a really good play by Basket.
Nice shots.
He ends up against all odds winning out there, and I think that you guys capitalized on it well. I just worry that if he goes, 1v3 there and dies, that it might end up converting into like a 25-second hold
Same
from
eggs.
the
Same eggs.
I know this is kind of fast reaction time here, but you gotta try to go for the melee if you see somebody sliding at you like this.
Same eggs.
But a little late. Might have been able to trade with that guy if it was a little quicker.
Boom ball. Yeah, there's 3 here. Trying to do Marine.
Okay, so OS is 15 seconds. If I was you, I'd be trying to go for plasma pistol off spawn.
Nice. 2v2.
Dude, what the fuck, man?
Actually, you get a pretty good spawn here. I would be going window.
Keep yeah, he wave is
They make it up.
fire behind you, bud. Oh, shit.
That's loaded. Nice.
Alright. Yeah, he wave is
They make it up.
fire behind you, bud. Dude, what the fuck, man? Oh my god. Fucking keep yeah, he wave is
They make it up.
fire behind you, bud.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he could have known that there was somebody in A.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna grab a green gun.
It was tunnel vision on the OS, but at the same time, I don't know if I really blame him.
What's that? Who's on?
Nice. 2v2.
Dude, what the fuck? man?
Basket
Oh
calls
my
out a
God.
2v2. Know that one player is keyboard.
Fucking keep yeah, he wave is
They make it up.
fire behind you, bud.
I don't know. That's a hard one.
Oh, shit.
Fortunate that you missed the dice as well.
I'm gonna grab a green gun.
At least you got a green gun.
now.
2 key door going to A-Rat.
Yeah, fucking who knows.
Yeah, he's got
you don't see
sandbags. He's pillars now, pillars.
Guys are running in 1 by 1 right now.
Why is my ping going from like 20 to 100, like back and forth, dude? Like 20, 150, and then back to fucking 20.
Guys are getting desperate here.
Pillars. Yeah.
I got shots on the pillars, guy.
Mud.
Back these, one shotties in the cubby thing.
Dude, what? Bridge is snipe.
Could have jiggled a little bit on the pillar there.
Dude, what? Bridge is snipe.
Right here when you for the death here.
Bridge is snipe.
Like shots here. Going back and forth. Pillar and trying to force this guy to miss some shots. Also, yeah, Jax is right. Nobody did a 7.
Pillars. Yeah.
I got shots on the pillars, guy.
Mud.
Yeah, you might not have needed to go down here at all. You could try to continue.
Back these, one shotties in the
So I think the enemy team gets it for come up behind your
cubby thing.
here.
Dude,
Yeah.
what? Bridge is snipe.
So maybe 2. Try to do.
Nice. He's sniper. Oh, yep, nice.
That's the second time that you've been killed from that corner. You just a habit to layer in when you whenever you pillars here. Check this corner. As you come out here, make sure to check to the right. Even if it's for like half a second, but just to make sure
Nice.
there.
Made roll play. Training.
I just would despite your shot down already.
Oh, he's up in time. We gotta get this shit. Dummies. Oh, fuck.
I think that was all panic right there.
Oh, he's up in time. We gotta get this shit.
This jump screen so hard.
Dummies. Oh, fuck.
I think something I'm noticing off of your play too that you're prioritizing the oddball a little bit. Like here's good. You're full health. You know that this guy just took.
Oh, he's up in time.
I don't think
We gotta get this shit.
you're able to get this kill without taking. But I think you know that still enemy team. Ball here for a couple more seconds. Going cuts and just sitting there.
Dummies. Oh, fuck.
But yeah, I think I don't want to say greedy, but like the like your prioritization here is off. You, I think you'd much rather get a few more kills before grabbing this ball.
Dummies. Oh, fuck.
Because if you look at all of the people that you're in, like they're all super.
Dummies.
The guy that you killed
We
was
gotta get this shit.
got that for free. This guy looked like he was coming around the corner.
Time. We gotta get
Only seen for like half a second, but he was flowing. Shot at least once. Focus on. Plus you have a teammate. I'm that guy. And this guy's being shot by one of your dummies as well. So I think maybe taking half a second to think about, do I really need to pick up the oddball right this second? That might go a long way.
Above us.
I want to take this shit.
I would go top tower here if I was you.
Yeah, there's two coming out. Brute suck. I've shots on both.
Top mid, top mid.
I'm baiting it.
Kill.
Nice.
Good kill. You gotta be calling up back tower here. I think that's where you died from.
I've shots on both.
Top mid, top mid.
Not sure if, because I can't hear your audio, but
I'm baiting it.
so it's 1-1 right now.
Nice.
You're up 1. You died from dirt. So now it's 2v2, I believe.
We're gonna be brute, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, I think like right here when you die, you gotta be calling out for your teammate to play the ball.
We're gonna be brute, so I'm gonna.
Your teammate there also could have positioned a little bit better to not be shot, but I think that the way that this game is going to end is the enemy team is going to hold the ball on snipe tower, so just that communication for your teammate to throw the ball off might have saved you the round. See what happens.
Yeah, okay, bro.
It looks like 2 of your teammates are dead here, and I think the enemy team has at least, I know there's one here already, but I think there's like one other on the tower too. So this guy lives, drops bottom tower. Your team is just in a blender. You're all desperating. Basket drops and lives, which is good. That's unfortunate. You gotta go directly to tower here. You can't afford to rotate back with how much time is left in the game.
Well, that was weird.
Yeah. You guys definitely fell apart a little at the end of the game. Like, I'd say from... or
Forward, back these.
Dang it.
yeah. I mean, you guys started gaining time here, but honestly,
Brute, so I'm gonna.
all the time that you gained from like
Nice.
here onward
Clears.
was just
I got shots on.
a panic time.
We're
Weren't
gonna-
set up
we're
or
gonna be
anything.
brute, so I'm gonna.
And I think for the majority of the second round, you guys were panicking and not grouping up and trying to force like good numbered fights. You're just throwing people at the enemy team, hoping that you could kill enough of them to turn the ball over. But so I'd say that themes here are I'll go with 2 or 3 different things. The first thing is to be working on snipe accuracy. I'll do you a favor and I won't pull up any of the sniper clips, but like just go into this map and put on some bots and try no scoping them and scoping them and just getting as many kills as you can. Another thing is just be mindful about like when you can pick up the ball and when you might need to slay out for a little bit longer. I didn't see it as a consistent theme, but in situations like this where you have a teammate of yours right next to you,
2 on pillars. Watch that pillars.
in an active gunfight,
As well, nice.
you know
Through that, through
you know that the enemy is focused on basket here. You can afford to pop out and help him, even if you're one shot. This guy can't shoot both of you at the same time. This only really came up once in this VOD, but I see this a lot just in VODs that I've been watching in the Trailblazers channel. Just be mindful of, like, might have been able to help him out here. You're like, you just popped out with your BR.
Stand back, stand back, stand back, stand back.
I don't think that you guys played
There's a lot of them.
poorly here. I just think that you guys were desynced in some of the things that you were trying to do. I think personally, we've talked about some ways to kind of increase your odds here, and I'd be, if you're watching this or if you do watch this, I'll ping you, and then just let me know what you overall. You can tell me I got it all wrong, if you want, but
doing
be
dummies
cool to
now.
kind of get your
About a
thoughts.
minute for it.
All right. Does anybody in chat have any questions or comments on the VOD?
I mean, the only comment I got, sort of the same thing you brought up, sort of that choosing to play objective versus situation sense for where the game's at.
Whoops. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Choosing to play the objective.
Yeah, like choosing to play objective versus seeing the situation of your team and the other team, sort of like those decisions. I mean, I sort of like to play objective heavy on
Yep.
on those kind of games as well, but I do see a benefit whenever I do step back and just make sure to get an extra kill before picking up the objective or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, and a lot of the time it's just like what you're putting priority onto.
Yeah.
So like, you know, for example, in that situation, you know, the priority would be like, let's make sure I have space to hold the ball. If it was a situation where you knew that the enemy team is going to win the fight, like say everybody on, you know, your team was about to die anyways, while he wasn't close enough to play the ball off of the map, he could have maybe tried to play it like into the open. So that would be the priority in that situation. It just kind of depends on what is actively going on the map, and then thinking about how can I make the job, or how can I make the game easier for my team or harder for the enemy team.
Right.
But that was a good one. Thanks for posting that bio. Hope that you see the VOD. Okay. So we have 4 people here. You guys maybe want to go into some arena if we can play together?
I'm down for whatever, bro.
Yeah, we'll play a couple arena games if everybody's down.
Sounds good to me.
I just need to like close a bunch of these programs. Give me a second. All right. Is your gamer tag exactly how it appears on Discord?
You asking
Yep.
Snuggles?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same.
All right, I added you.
Space crabs.
Bull's gonna hop on an alt. I think I have you added on your alt. Well, I'm not sure. If you want to just send me a friend request if we're not already friends. And then I'll put an invite in the channel chat as well.
Let me just join in on you, Space Crabs, or
Yep.
okay.
Now we're just broad, I think.
Yep.
Oh, your alt is too high. Gee.
Oh, JD's fucking
Yeah,
out right here.
JD's alt is too high. You don't have a third alt, do you?
Yeah.
Alright. Do you mind if we go in as 3?
Me no.
I'm good with whatever.
Okay. Sorry, Soul.
What was Saul's account at?
1580 something.
Gotcha.
1585 or something like that.
There's Saul.
You joined back. Roll.
Yeah, 1519.
Yeah, your main is too high too. I think it has to be D5. Or, you know, who knows? Like, maybe we'll win a couple games here and then the MMR will equal out.
Because what?
I think you need
What
to
do
be
I
like
have to
plat
be at
3 or
to be-
something like that.
Okay. Okay. I haven't spent enough time grinding it.
Do you know any of the callouts for this map? If
Some
not,
of
it's
them.
okay. Just use pings if you can. I'm gonna rotate through A.
Alright, I'm just sitting loop here, seeing who's crossing. There's one coming ledge right now.
Two on,
Is that? He's weakened ledge. I got one that was one shot. I might die though. One more in ledge out there.
one shot on B. On
Loop?
yeah.
Or posters? Posters too?
I'm lagging.
Once
So
your last grab.
City in 91.
I don't think it's but I might have to turn off Discord.
He's weak right here. Got him. One over there. Top left. That window actually. Dip. Oh shit. Dip and truck.
I'm looking
Dip is
for-
one. Hmm.
One on my X.
multiple here.
Coming up, ledge one.
Got
Yep,
him.
that's one. There's one sitting there in the hotel. Window cafe with shots. One at sniper.
One behind you, success.
One at sniper right now. I got shots. Got him.
Nice. I'm picking up his locator.
Okay. Big truck. Truck and dip. Truck is dropped.
Behind us. Top mid and loop.
One top platform. Nice. One more up. One more up, folks.
I got two. That guy's still S2, S4. One at posters.
S7 sniper inbound.
There's one on
Gotta
the
go.
ramp by
Gotta go,
posters.
drop.
Okay.
One mid B.
One in ledge weak. He's absolute.
Yeah.
Or two shots. One at dip. Coming out took success.
Yep.
One shot as well.
Don't see him.
He ran off then. No, he ran off. There you go. Oh, there you go. On the A, going up to ledge weak. One shot in ledge and full shoot in A going towards hotel. Two going hotel now. One's gonna be all the way
Around behind you, success.
one probably a truck.
They're gonna run the snipe here. One on dead.
That sniper guy, that sniper's got shots.
Driveway.
He ran, he ran. He's going loop. One drop dip for shields. And one pushing window. Facing you, traps.
Available soon.
A shot in circle.
Top mid.
Located.
Bottom mid. Nice.
I just got, yep. He's on that corner right there. Pushing you guys back. Window weak. That's just literally walked in front of that guy. It's just city window hotel.
Yeah. Two on snipe.
Facing me and dip. Ran off the truck. His front truck hit. I'm gonna push hotel here.
On left weak. On left weak, Snoggles.
He lifted.
I don't see him.
Oh, he didn't.
One ledge.
He's weak now, again. There's another one pushing from truck, probably. Nading you. Truck now. Bottom left.
The damage is there.
Alright. Go down. Come back here. Respawn snipes.
One shot on left. Let's try to stick with each other a little bit better.
Oh shit, yep. To a cafe.
Going ledge.
Items have
One on snipe, one shot.
our items have arrived.
There's one in that corner by the nades at posters. Coming back to help you here.
Alright, I'm being pushed.
Got one, there's one more over there. Ah, he chased me. Dead. 2 reposters over there.
On me.
2. One backed off.
Shot. Yeah.
I got 2 over here.
Sniper's over there.
5 minutes remaining.
One jump down from snipers.
One shot truck. Weak right there. 3 on hotel side. Yep. 2 shields.
One corner B.
I'm jittering so hard. I don't know if my setup can handle me streaming at the same time as playing right now for some.
I'm at 50.
Top snipe weak.
Yeah. There's 2 there. Bottom top.
There's 2 up.
Killed one.
Clean up the other. And there's one in bridge.
We just gotta stay alive.
And there's one. Yeah, there was one next to me over there in sniper.
Picking up snipe.
Dead. There's one at hotel.
Very weak out there.
There's one in I think A.
One more west front.
A ledge, one shot. Got him. And there's another.
Ledge.
Somewhere outside
ledge. A ledge.
inside. Yeah, got him.
Truck.
Hotel right now.
He's weak.
Back sniper. In truck.
Weak on snipe, one shot. Should be free.
He's camping back at hotel on the top ledge. Nice kill.
Up snipe. Up snipe. So annoying.
Absolute there, one.
Alright guys, regroup. If we can.
S7. Sniper available.
2 on snipe.
Try not to push out.
Okay, they're just picking up the new sniper there.
Yeah, they have snipes, so we shouldn't be peeking. Let them come with us.
Ledge.
Traded.
2 inside A with me. Got one.
Nice.
Nice.
Good job, guys. I'm mid weak.
Looking. One
Yeah,
I posted
two
right there
times
with snipers.
Behind you, Rod. Behind you,
Push
Rod.
that sniper, guys.
Behind you, Rod.
Look. Push shots on him.
We should be weak.
Oh.
Alright, we can't die here. That's my bad.
Oh fuck.
I killed myself.
Successor's gonna be. Yeah.
Or was it me?
tunnel.
Yeah, I killed myself with a nade there.
He just barrel stuffed you at the end.
Almost had it though. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream there, but I want to continue playing a couple more. But GG for anybody watching the VOD. I will upload everything to YouTube before I go to bed tonight, and then everything should be ready to go at some point around like noon tomorrow. But I'll make sure to link